know you not fab. Stop coming out like, bitch, like you that girl.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel, ThatBarbDre, where we do reviews and opinion pieces about Nicki Minaj, politics, and world events. Alright, I'm going to try to talk in my British accent for this one. Right, we're going to be talking about Lil Nas and his fucking piss poor dance moves. We have Lil Nas X performing Honey by Beyoncé, and apparently he was voguing during the set that was being recorded of him, and he was wearing bright pink, and you know, the people around him were wearing gold. But my problem comes in where I think that you have to respect the community that you come from when you are attempting to use something that they hold dear. So you must go to the voguing community and the ball community, and you must ask for good choreographers. You cannot just go and get a choreographer that does not know Vogue and have them create a Vogue number. This is exactly what happened with Megan Thee Stallion, and she actually fucked up her position really, because she is no longer on the show Legendary, and she was there for about 2 seasons, I believe, and Kiki Palmer is now her permanent, along with other guest judges, permanent replacement. So I just feel as though it's a little bit about the Tory thing, her cancellation from the... But I also think that it's a little bit about her not really knowing anything about house and about ballroom, and she is attempting to use ballroom in this way, and it's just not really the best look. There's been a recent uptick in fag hags using the LGBT community to make their careers more poppin', and it's disrespectful. That's not the only gag though. Nicki Minaj surpassed the Her video in just 3 days with 5.8 million views, while the Her video, as of the date on the screen, was at 5.2 million. So, as you can clearly see, the fans agree. And also, we cannot forget, the legendary legend Laomi came out and spoke against her, and she said that she was nogging. Can you believe it, the fucking gag? And clearly her fans agree, because she was basically on Twitter begging them to please run up her video to 5 million so she can release the next one. She's probably gonna have to wait a month this time for it to get to 5 million, and you know it wasn't just her asking, it was the label. But back to Lil Nas, where he is doing these tired Vogue moves, and that's maybe to, you know, drive conversation because he was being recorded. Who's to say he knew that he was being recorded? But he did do like very raggedy, regular, slow movements that clearly weren't tight, weren't energetic, weren't full of substance. To be honest, the Vogue girls tried their hardest to open up Vogue and house music and ballroom to the masses, but the things that they have done with it is just really tongue-in-cheek, and it's just not giving what it was supposed to give. And if you look at Twitter, Instagram, you know, the comments of these people that are putting these things out, you can see that the community that actually lives and breathes this shit doesn't appreciate their craft and culture and creativity being used in this way by people that have nothing to do with it and don't really care about it, don't even care enough to have someone that is from that culture come and teach them about that culture, to then do it properly so it can be received properly. No one wants to come for them and make them feel bad for doing new things and attempting support. But if that's really what it is, it needs to be full support. Just as I've had critique for Beyoncé and her themes of albums and her rollouts, really it just seems that it centers around the idea of revolutionizing shit, and it's like Pandery, kind of like a freedom fighter, and I don't really appreciate it because it just seems disingenuous. It's like, at first in her career, I just do not remember her making a lot of music about black this, black that, and then, you know, she came out with her rollout with a few different albums about, you know, black love, black female excellence and all these other things. That's fine, but I just really wish that that was always her platform. And then she has moved on to house music for this album rollout. At least Renaissance Part 1, and I don't really appreciate this one either, but you're gonna have to wait for my review on that. And I'm not saying that she's never talked about black, excellence and black love and all of this, and, uplifting her community and all of that. I'm not saying that it's wrong. I'm just saying that it just seems like a trendy thing because it was around the time when she came out with these things that Black Lives Matter was happening. But when all the white people were buying her music and were the ones that, were the reason why she was able to break into the music industry like that, because gatekeepers, she didn't really talk about black. And maybe it was in her off time, in her speech, but it just didn't seem like she was advocate for the community. She just seemed like a rich person that happened to be black. And that's not to say that every black person has to be an advocate, but you would expect someone with influence to say something and have a platform about, uplifting their identity, basically. And then you would want them to, especially her being a mother and stuff like that, but she became a mother later on in her life and people do change. You would want them to be uplifting their own community, and that is what I'm saying. I do like it. Lemonade is one of my favorite albums by her, and I do not listen to Beyoncé like that, but I did like Lemonade. And I do appreciate the effort, and I do appreciate her having an actual real reason for making the album. If she didn't have a reason, and if she didn't put LGBTQIA plus members of the community on her album and gave them opportunities, I feel that this album would have definitely been taken way different. And you can see that it has already been taken different from her other works of art because of the way that it's performing on the charts. You would expect something from Beyonce to perform way higher than this, especially, and then the rollout, you would expect it to be a bit different, but it's just not really giving what it was supposed, or what we thought it was supposed to have gave. We do not know what Beyonce has planned. We never really know, and that is the magic behind her. But most of the people, especially her fans, have the consensus that they expected more, especially more rapidly, seeing as how much of a surprise this album was and how much time has passed since it came out. There is a lack of visuals, which is typical for Beyonce, and we are just really wondering, is it security purposes? Is it money? It can't be money purposes, because we know her money is very long and she has lots of influence, so her fans are just hungry and waiting. This is my raw and unfiltered opinion about Beyonce, and I definitely understand the sentiment of you guys in the comments, but it's not a Beyonce rain on parade. I'm not just trying to shit on her. I'm just giving my personal opinion. If you don't like it, if you disagree, that's fine. That's perfectly fine. But you will not disrespect me. You will only be able to give your opinion on other artists, but watch your mouth when you're speaking on me. On my own channel, you will not have a platform on my platform to come for my platform.
Case closed, nasty.
Breaking news. The crows have now stopped feeding on the carcass that is Little Kremlin, and she has now teamed up with Megan Thee Stallion to come for none other than the Queen of Rap.
Megan and Lil Kim could possibly be dropping the same day as Nicki Minaj. They are both doing an interview with Funk Flex, okay, allegedly. And allegedly, they could possibly be sending some shots at Nicki Minaj. And Megan will be responding to Nicki Minaj, trolling her, because that's what the fans believe on social media, that Nicki Minaj is bullying Megan Thee Stallion and trolling her and taunting her. Nicki Minaj tweeted, "What was the last sighting of Bigfoot?" Okay. And allegedly that's, Megan Thee Stallion's nickname, on stan culture. That fans were replying to this tweet with pictures of Megan Thee Stallion's feet being too small for her shoes. Don't get mad at me. It was on social media, okay? Don't get mad at me. I did not tweet it, okay? But it is kind of funny. Now, she could have been talking about somebody else. I mean, you guys just assumed that it was Megan Thee Stallion, and y'all trying to insinuate that Megan Thee Stallion is big. Okay, why did you assume that it was Megan? But anyway, allegedly Lil Kim is not too happy with Nicki again because she didn't do that versus. Remember last year, Lil Kim said she wanted to do a...
Now I have to ask, right? We're not gonna say who against, but would you do a versus?
Yes.
You would do it?
Yes.
Oh, I see that. All right. Is there anybody that you would do it against, or you just ready for anybody?
Nicki.
Nicki, really? I would love to see that.
Yes, me too.
I would love to see that.
And with that being said, she missed out on a bag because when you do the verses, you get paid. So, you know, she feel like Nicki made her miss out on a bag.
Alright, that's all the news and celebrity gossip we have for today. Thank you for having the utmost patience for me. I love you and you love me. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel and have an amazing day.
Boy, B stay chewing off the top of the dome. Real bitches in the building and you know I'm gonna go. I don't even give a fuck. I be studying the flow. This is what I do, staying on the top of the dome. This is what I do, coming off the top of the rip. Real bitches in the building and you know we gonna tip. I don't even give a fuck what a headache I done taken. I'm that bad little mommy. I came in the parlay.